I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
that I
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
The American president, Donald Trump, and right, on my morning, I'm a man and money, I'm an aside. I let us say, Wababe or Mampenia, or Namquan Supra, or call White House now, or Papi Goodman. Now, and yes, I can give you American manager said. And now, woman to mom moved at that time. Woman for program, no MPR one thing. I'm a Timam 4 and 1 pretty. Namum, only pay a whole week. And now, a good guy, one more as well. Then, no more to say, what shall American manage to see a baby? A woman, I won't go back to say. And it's a mock as all the good and more about one time, Cabaya and Sydney. And once she delivered me a castle, and I said, Donald Trump, or woman, no. Quite often, Casa, very surprising. Because Donald Trump is himself or he hate Dubai. But I'm not here, quite an official delivery speech name, very super. Yeah, I what Trump was up one very, very super reflection. And Donald Trump, they're going to get and what American man. And Sunday, Donald Trump, what he told that was say, America's back again. Now, America, by your Maya, we are seeing a woman everybody. Now, necessarily in the name of obeying American first. Bibiano, I was America, the of a South Korean so to come and manifest in someone to benefit, said you wishing a strength security, said Obama, Ama, Omano, Asheso, Bambo, Etumia, in the name of obedience, or daily Etuda. Or sounds like I say, Goonswa, American memory, and Yama, or one for export. Now, when you're about American, when no one talk, I can just come and say the day of man, image me, and your revenue now, or when you're man. And it's a no idea, American man, pay you better. Then program, and carbon, I'm Timon before, and you'll be better than up and easily happen. Number in all, image me, I can actually say, officially, Donald Trump, and paying for, and not to, what's why, or no, any American man, penny, and pay, when I'm going for.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear
I, James David Vance, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. Vice President.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Term as President of the United States. But amid the pomp and circumstance, President Trump wasting no time.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency at the southern border of the United States.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh?
In a rare display of presidential power, Donald Trump taking questions from reporters and signing a flurry of executive orders, many aimed at the southern border and the January 6 defendants, issuing over 1,000 pardons to those charged in the attack on the Capitol, including some convicted of violent offenses and others with seditious conspiracy. All of this capping off an historic day, filled with moments that we didn't see 4 years ago, the presidential passing of the baton. This morning, President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden welcoming Donald and Melania Trump back to the White House.
Donald Trump, just 2 weeks after January 6th itself, chose not to stick around for Joe Biden's inauguration. He was the first president in the modern era to not participate in the peaceful transition of power.
The main event of the day taking place inside the Capitol Rotunda because of the bitter cold. In the second row, some of the richest men in the world, including Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, Alphabet's Sundar Pichai, and Tesla's Elon Musk. All former presidents and first ladies were also in attendance today, except for Michelle Obama.
She felt that his
Chants of USA as Donald Trump took the podium. J.D. Vance was sworn in first with his wife and kids by his side.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
And then it was the president's turn.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
In his first speech as the 47th president, the theme was clear. America's decline is over.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
With Joe Biden just feet away, Donald Trump criticized the outgoing president and promised to roll back a number of his administration's accomplishments.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
He made clear that he was trying to separate himself and even do a 180 from the Biden years. He put the blame for inflation, the blame for national and international affairs squarely at the feet of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. It was awkward, to say the least.
Getting a standing ovation from Republicans when he mentioned his plans for the southern border.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy.
The president ending on a more unified, hopeful tone.
From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, From Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom.
Emancipation Hall, and it's a rally. It's a Trump rally, and he's going after his political...
Liz Cheney, Liz Cheney is a disaster. She's a crying lunatic and crying Adam Kinzinger. He's a super crying. I never saw the guy not crying. He's always crying.
That overflow room included YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul, podcaster Theo Vaughn, and UFC champion Conor McGregor.
So I decided I'm not going to make this speech complicated. I'm going to make it beautiful. I'm going to make it a unifying speech. And then when they said we have a group of people that are serious Trump fans, I said, this is the time to tell those stories.
As Biden departed Joint Base Andrews, he had one final message.
We've always done our best as Americans. We never, never, never give up. Never. We're leaving office. We're not leaving the fight.
One of his final acts, preemptive pardons for officials who may face reprisals from the Trump administration, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, retired General Mark Milley, Liz Cheney, and some of his own family members. There was no traditional parade, but in the evening the president rallied thousands of supporters at the Capital One Arena. Some of the executive orders President Trump signed inside the stadium with supporters looking on.
The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions.
Beyond the border, the president taking aim at diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and pardoning a number of Americans connected to the January 6th attack on the Capitol. He pardoned or commuted the sentences of around 1,500 individuals, including Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio, who was sentenced to 22 years in prison, and Oath Keepers leader Stuart Rhodes, who was serving 18 years. The incoming administration said tonight the president winding down his historic return to the White House, keeping his word on a number of promises he made for day one.